this is why we got to stop with the narratives. The narratives need to stop. Hold on. Pardon my back. Because the things you people believe be crazy. A person would run on here, be the first to create a narrative, and y'all run with it. Instead of a promotional company which has social media would have been came out and said a fight was postponed. Tank and Lamont is still happening. You understand me? People got to come to their senses. Stop believing everything you hear, because everything you hear is not true. You know, a lot of people, you know, want to see Tank fail. A lot of people want to hate Tank. But when you watch a lot of these fighters, instead of, when they get a fight, instead of them promoting their fight, they always got to mention Tank name. You understand me? But what I realize is, it's not the fighter, it's the host that's doing the interview. So the fighter ain't got no choice but to say what he says. You know, and I'm going to use Shakur Stevenson for an example. Every time Shakur has a fight, before, you know, Shakur used to always mention his name. Then it got played out, and you just start getting these hosts, when he come on these podcasts and he do an interview with certain platforms, they always got to bring up Tank name. And, you know, a fighter just can't say, yo, he can beat me, you know. You got to say you can beat that fighter. You feel me? You got to say you the one. You the best in any weight class. So you can't belittle yourself. But it get played out a lot. And people is looking at competition. Like, Shakur just came to 135. You had 3 fights there, 4 fights. The Edwin De Los Santos was your first fight there. You ran from Edwin De Los Santos. You ran. So that's really not a victory. That fight should have been a draw or no contest, really, because you ain't do nothing. But we understand from 126 and 130, you was the WBC champ. So we understand you got a relationship with the WBC. So at 135, you're a 3-time division champ. They want to give it to you. You understand me? It was handed to you. And they was making sure ain't no PBC fighter coming there even with a belt that's a top-ranked card. Common sense, right? We see it with Tevin Farmer and Raymond Taylor. But besides that, let's get back to it. Tank Davis been at 135 for how long? All of the big names he fought at 135. Pitbull Cruz, you ain't got a Pitbull Cruz. Williams is paid to nowhere near Pitbull Cruz. Ryan Garcia, nobody on your resume near Ryan Garcia. Frank Martin, nobody in your resume is a Frank Martin. Even the Gamboa, nobody in your resume is a Gamboa. A Leo Santa Cruz, a Liam Welsh, a Rolly Romero. Should I keep going? Because I can keep going. Because it gets deeper. Went up to 140, Mario Barrios. Like, come on, 126, 130, 135, 140. 4 times he did it. But y'all don't even give him his credit. 4-time division champion, y'all don't even give him his credit. If you would have hired him, 4-time division champ, because when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, that 126 titles was on the line too. Goof true. You understand me? So stop it. Stop the nonsense. Put some respect on that boy name. You understand me? And shout out to every other fighter that's out there. But people saying a person that can beat Tank because how a certain situation went down. Like, I can tell y'all know boxing. Because if y'all did, all of y'all be on here and say, damn, if y'all saying Lamont beat Tank, then Pitbull beat Tank. Because Pitbull had a way better performance than Lamont. Lamont ain't do nothing. The first 8 rounds, you can score it 6-2. And that 6-2 is go 6 Tank, 2 Lamont. Or you can do 7-1. Because the first 9 rounds is 7-2. 2 Lamont, 7 Tank. And then, you know, Tank gonna score another round. So at the end of the day, it's 8-4 or 9-3 to be exact. But you see what happens. Hey, I'm just saying though. You feel me? Now you see it, right? Now you looking through the eyes of a real nigga. Now you see it, right? Exactly. You see the games these niggas playing. You understand me? It's like they're using Boots' name now. Boots dug Devin Haney, Boots dug Brian Orman, Boots dug Virgil. But the last time I checked, all of these niggas dug Boots. Even they say Teofimo. And they calling Tellez a tune-up because Boots is fighting for the WBA champ. If I'm not mistaken, if it happened, I broke the news first. You understand me? If it happened, I broke the news first. But I'm just keeping it tall. But there's a lot of hate going on in boxing right now. And people got to tighten up and stop believing in shit that ain't real, man. It ain't true. It ain't true. And stop running with a narrative and creating content behind a false narrative. You know, you got Virgil father said, I talked to somebody in Boots camp. Who did you talk to? Bozy? Pooh? Farad? Lawrence? Or the cut woman? You ain't talked to them five. You ain't talked to nobody. You understand me? Because Eddie Hearn gonna tell you, nigga, you can't see me. You can't see him. So how you talking about I talked to somebody in Boots camp, he need 2 tune-ups. So Tellez for the WBA is a tune-up, you out of pocket. No, your son fighting Bowichuk again. Virgil was fighting Bowichuk. It's Virgil Bowichuk 2 for November. Virgil said he'd come back August. Then he said September. Boots said, fuck it, I'm moving up to 154. We can fight August. He said no in September. Even Eddie Hearn did an interview and stated, what I'm saying is all facts. You understand me? Now, nigga, I'm not waiting to then. I gotta fight now. Once I fight, get this belt, I'll go see you. Because, nigga, you never had a belt. And Virgil, the truth, why he never had a belt. Who did Virgil fight at 147? Exactly. The nigga ducked Stanionis 4 times. All because of health issues. And out of them 4 times, he ducked Boots 3 times. You ducked the 2 fighters, one 4 times, one 3 times. You ducked the Boots 3 times to get the Stanionis fight. And it never landed. You came back and got a Maurice Hooker. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, y'all niggas be full of cat. People gotta stop that. People gotta stop that. Real shit. People gotta stop that, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. It's just like that. Dollar.